So my boyfriend Tobias just texted me 30 minutes ago asking if I want to grab dinner tonight because he has something important to tell me. The same Tobias who spent last weekend at another woman's apartment and sent me a selfie from her bed to prove some twisted point about trust. Yeah, that Tobias. I'm sitting here staring at my phone trying to figure out if he's actually lost his mind or if this is some elaborate test to see how much disrespect I'll tolerate. Because honestly, after the last 3 weeks of this absolute insanity, I'm starting to think it might be both. Let me back up and explain how we got to this point. Because this whole situation has been such a train wreck that I need to write it all out just to make sense of it myself. Plus, I need you guys to tell me if I'm crazy or if my boyfriend has completely crossed every line that exists in a relationship. 3 weeks ago, Tobias came home from work and casually mentioned that his friend Andrea was having roommate drama. Her roommate had bailed with 2 weeks' notice and she was freaking out about making rent. Normal friend crisis, right? I was ready to be supportive, maybe suggest some roommate finding apps or offer to help her post on social media. But then Tobias drops this bomb on me like it's the most reasonable thing in the world. He tells me he's going to stay at Andrea's place for a few weeks to help with rent while she finds someone new. Just like that. No discussion, no asking how I felt about it, just a straight-up announcement that my boyfriend was moving in with another woman. I actually laughed at first because I thought he had to be joking. Who announces that they're essentially moving in with a female friend and expects their girlfriend to just smile and wave? But Tobias wasn't laughing. He was looking at me like I was supposed to be impressed by his generosity or something. When I told him I wasn't comfortable with that arrangement, he got this condescending look on his face and said I was being selfish. Selfish. Like wanting my boyfriend to not live with another woman makes me some kind of terrible person. He said if I trusted him, this wouldn't be an issue, and that my reaction was showing my true colors. I tried explaining that this wasn't about trust. It was about boundaries and respect, that most couples wouldn't be okay with this kind of setup regardless of trust levels. But Tobias kept circling back to this narrative that I was being controlling and insecure. Like those are dirty words that should make me back down and apologize. The argument went on for hours. He kept bringing up random examples of times I'd been friendly with male coworkers, or when my ex Brian texted about some old stuff at my place. He acted like those situations were somehow equivalent to him literally living with another woman. The mental gymnastics were honestly impressive. What really got to me was how he kept framing Andrea's situation like she was some helpless victim who would end up homeless without his personal intervention. This woman is 25, has a decent job, and graduated college. She's not helpless. There are a million ways to handle roommate issues that don't involve my boyfriend moving in to play house with her. But according to Tobias, I was being heartless for suggesting alternatives. Every solution I proposed was shot down because apparently nothing could possibly work except him personally saving the day by becoming her temporary live-in roommate. The hero complex was unreal. The worst part was finding out that Andrea knew all about our fights. Tobias had been discussing our relationship problems with her, getting her input on how to handle my supposed trust issues. The fact that they were analyzing my behavior and strategizing about our relationship behind my back made me absolutely furious. So I held my ground. I told him I wasn't comfortable with the arrangement and that there had to be other ways to help Andrea.